Okay, good morning everyone. Today we are going to talk about this shear force and bending moment diagram of cantilever beam subjected to different types of loads, point loads, UDL and uniformly varying load. Alright, so first of all, which beam is known as a cantilever beam? So as we already discussed, the beam which has one end fixed and the another one is a free. Alright, which so here it is a free end. So this free end has a 3 degree of freedom, vertical, horizontal, and rotation. All right, and as well this one is a fixed. So you will have reactions. All right, reactions. You will get a vertical reactions. You will also get a horizontal reaction, and in addition, you will get a rotation reaction. All right, here you will get a moment reaction. You can say it's a M. All right, but here this end is a free, so it is allowed to displace in horizontal direction, vertical direction, as well as it is allowed to rotate. So that's why you can say this is a free end. Fine. So we are going to deal with the exact this same type of beam which is subjected to different type of loading. So first of all, let's begin with this cantilever beam subjected to point loads. All right, so let me start with this example. So this is a cantilever beam, and which one is subjected to point load is one is here, second one is here. Okay, that doesn't matter, but magnitude we can assume that is 5 kilonewton is applicable here, and 10 kilonewton is exactly applied at its free end. All right, so this is the distance. So it's a 3 meter, and you can see it's a 2 meter. Fine. So overall length of this beam is a 5 meter, and which one is subjected to 2 point load. One is 5 kilonewton at the distance of 3 meter from the fixed end, and second one is 10 kilonewton, which one is exactly applied at a free end. Right. So our job is to draw the bending moment and shear force diagram of this given beam. Fine. So here, as I told you that this is a fixed condition, we will get a here moment reaction. So we will get a moment reaction here. So definitely at this point, if I going to name this point as a point, the free point is has a given alphabetic name is a B, and this point has a name as a C. Right. So first of all, at a point the end is fixed, so there will be a moment reaction. So at the a point, moment you will get is not exactly zero. Right, you will get a reaction at here, but we know that the free end has always moment is equal to zero. So you can consider this moment, or you can also consider the total summation of this moment. Right. So let's begin with this B. If you can consider this total reaction, but here in this case of cantilever beam, you are very well aware about that. Only one side has a support. So as we know, as it is statically determined beam, summation V is equal to 0. So all summation of downward force is equal to summation of vertical force. Alright. So only one vertical reaction that you will get as a VA. Alright, here you will get a vertical reaction at here, and which one is named as a VA. So here at the fixed end you will get a VA. So you can say VA is equal to 5 plus 10. Alright, it's a 5 plus 10. So the total one is a 15 kilonewton. So your vertical reaction at support A you will get as a 15 kilonewton, and there is no any other support, so you will get a reaction only at one support, and which one is known as a VA. Alright, and it's a 15 kilonewton. So it's a 10, and it's plus 5 plus 10 is equal to 15 kilonewton. Alright, and in addition, if you focus on the moment, so you can say the moment at A. Right, so the moment at end A, so first of all this one is the moment at A due to the point C, and which one is applied on a clockwise direction. So you can say 5 into 3, and in addition the second one moment is due to the 10 kilonewton, which one is applicable also in a clockwise direction. So it is also in a clockwise direction, so you can say it's a 10 into total distance from point A, it's a 5. Alright, so you can say 10 into 5 meters. So this is total moment which one is applicable at A. So here your moment at A point is equal to 5 into 3 is a 15, and plus 10 into 5 is a 50. So you can you got a 65 kilonewton into meter. But right now you have to decide whether it is a sagging or hogging. So from the right hand side, from the point A, this is the total is the right hand side, and from the right hand side the overall moment at point A, which one is applicable, is a 5 into 3 plus 10 into 5. So this one is become total 65, and the convention is a positive. So if you draw this vertical line and the right hand side, it's a clockwise, right? So definitely left hand side you will get a anti-clockwise, because whatever the moment is applied here, and it is a fixed end, so it will apply a resisting, means a reaction moment. All right, so reaction moment you can say it's a ma. So it's a reaction moment is a ma, which one is applicable in a anti-clockwise direction, as it is a fixed end. All right, so there is the moment reaction. So whatever the moment applicable to the right hand side, the same moment you will that will be applied in a anti-clockwise direction in the LHS. So it's a anti-clockwise, RHS is a clockwise. So you can say now it is the time to face a hogging moment. All right, so overall it's a hogging. So at the moment A, you will get a hogging moment. All right, and at the another point, if you want to find out the moment, so you can also have to find the moment at point C. Okay, so moment at point C, RHS, or either you can take a LHS. Fine. So RHS side, I am going to solve this both, so you can have all the fundamental clear about the cantilever beam. It is very simple, and you can solve it within instance of time. But how? So moment at C, so as I told you earlier, you have to draw the moment from the C. So on the right hand side, if you can see, this is your beam, and only one point load having a magnitude of 10 kilonewton at the distance of 2 meter is applied on the right hand side. So if you calculate the RHS, so moment at 2, so it's a 10 into 2, simple, right? So it's a 10 into 2, so from the right hand side 20 kilonewton meter, which one is a basically clockwise. All right, this moment is right for the RHS. Now our job is to calculate the moment, all right, at point C. Now you have to calculate moment at point C from the LHS. So you have to draw the LHS portion. All right, so draw the LHS portion. You have to draw the LHS in a proper way. So it's a fixed end, and the 1 point load is applied exactly on C, so that doesn't matter, it will be coming to distance 0, so that's why it will be 0. But here the vertical reaction that you will get as a 15 kilonewton, and which one is a VA, as well the rotational moment you will get MA, which one is a resisting moment, you can say moment reaction, that one is a 65 kilonewton meter. So as I told you, whatever the RHS value, they will have the same exactly opposite value in the case of LHS. Alright. So moment at C from LHS. So first of all, due to the 50 kilonewton, the distance is a 3 meter. Alright, in the LHS side from the point C. So it's a 15 into 3. So you can say the first moment is a due to VA is a 15 into 3, but it is applied in a anti-clockwise direction. All right, sorry, it's a clockwise direction. All right, so it is 15 to 3, that become a positive, but the reaction moment is a anti-clockwise, and it has a magnitude of 65. So you can say it's a reactional moment due to the application of point on the right hand side of the beam. It's a 65 kilonewton meter. So 15 into 3 is a 45, and minus 65, so you will have minus 20 kilonewton meter. So it's a minus sign, so you can say the moment itself anti-clockwise. So LHS anti-clockwise, and RHS we already got the value, which one you can say it's a 20 kilonewton meter clockwise. Alright, so LHS anti-clockwise, RHS clockwise. So once again you can say it's a hogging. Alright, so if you can draw the shear force diagram of this given beam, so let's draw the shear force diagram. First of all, VA you will get as a 15 kilonewton. Right, so you have to go up 15 kilonewton, then you have to go straight for the 3 meter, as there is no any load. After 3 meter, you have a magnitude of load, point load, which has a magnitude of 5 kilonewton downside. So you have to go 5 kilonewton downside. Then after again up to 2 meter, there is no any load, and then after 1 point load as a 10 kilonewton. Alright, and you can say once again it's a height of 10 kilonewton, it's a height of 15 kilonewton, as we already know about this one. Alright, so this is the shear force diagram, and you can say it will become all these values are positive at its upside. And if you want to draw the bending moment diagram, then first of all, this you have to start from the point A and you have to go up to this point B. All right, and from the start A to point B, let's begin with some having a values. So first of all, the at the point A, if you draw this bending moment diagram, then your bending moment at point A is a 65 kilometer and it's a hogging, so it's a upper side. All right, so let me mark with the 65 kilometer into meter, and it's a hogging, so that's why it is marked at the upside. And then after, at the moment C, so at a point C, you got a moment as a magnitude of 20 kilometer, and it's also hogging, so it is also upside. All right, so now it's a total case of point load. So as I told you, the bending moment will be a slant line. All right, so from point C, and from point C to it is applicable to point B. Right, it's a C and it's a A, and all moments are hogging, so all has a sign convention as a negative. So this is your moment diagram of this given beam. So it is very simple. Only you have to consider, already you have to remember that first condition is a summation V is equal to 0, because only here you have only one support. So whatever the total load applicable on the beam, if it is a UDL, point load, UVL, whatever the total load is always a support reaction. Alright, so VA is equal to total load on acting on beam. That's it. And moment at A, if you are finding out the moment at end, fixed end, so there will be a reaction moment. So whatever the moment that you have calculated, like a 5 into 3 and 10 into total distance 5, it's an applicable moment at point A. So 5 into 3, 10 into 5, and you can say 15 plus 50, so it's a 65 kilometer. So it is the application of moment from right hand side. So LHS, you will have the same reaction. So LHS reaction, RHS moment that you calculated, so it's the overall hogging moment. All right, so don't forget to this moment reaction, because it's a cantilever beam, it's a fixed end, so you will have a moment reaction. So at the point A, you will not get a moment is equal to 0. All right, you can take a moment at B is equal to 0, but you don't have this moment, so you can't get it 0. So that's why you have to calculate only the moment applicable to the point A. So always calculate the moment on the right hand side, and LHS you will have exactly reaction values, so it will become like this. Okay, and at the intermediate point LHS or either RHS, we will get a same value. So how exactly this reaction moment is taken into the account, so that's why I solved this LHS problem. And this anti-clockwise 65, the root reaction moment, that one is calculated here in taken into the account of calculation of moment at point C from LHS. So you can also cross check it, you will get the same answer, the LHS and RHS, if you take moment at any intermediate point. Okay, but in examination you don't have to calculate LHS. If you calculate the RHS, it would be very easy for the cantilever beam, and you always, I'm preferring that you can always calculate the RHS value, and then after you can directly draw the shear force and bending moment diagram. Alright, so it could become very simple problems. Now I would like to draw the shear force and bending moment diagram of a cantilever beam subjected to UDL. So let me draw first the cantilever beam, and which one having a span of, I can say, 3 meter, and this beam is subjected to uniformly distributed load. Okay, so this beam is having a span of 3 meter, uniform distributed load. This is a point B, this is a point A. So first of all, as I told you, this VA is equal to total load on beam. So what is the total load on beam? So first of all, I have to write the magnitude first. So I can just here mention the 10 kilonewton per meter is a UDL. All right, this is magnitude of UDL. So as I told you already, the total load of UDL is nothing but a 10 into 3. It's a 30 kilonewton. So VA is equal to 30 kilonewton. You can read it directly. This is a support reaction. It is very simple. Okay, and if you are find out the moment at A, so definitely you can calculate moment at A, but you have to draw this simple format of this beam. So it would be very easy to calculate moment at A. So as you know, these are 10 and this is a 3. So total load is a 30. Alright, the total load 10 into 3 is a 30, and which is applied at a its CG. So its CG is a mid span, as I told you. So 10 into 3 is a 30 kilonewton, and it's applied at the distance of 1.5, right, for this cantilever beam. And moment due to this load on the point A, right, so it's a 30 into 1.5. So you can write is a simply 30 into 1.5, and it's a clockwise, so it doesn't matter. 30 into 1.5, you can say it's a 45 kilonewton into meter, and it's a clockwise. But as you know, this is a clockwise, and this is from RHS. This is from RHS. This is RHS side of this point A. So from LHS, the reaction moment, as it is a fixed end, so you will get this is RHS. So just here below side you can say LHS is a anti-clockwise, and LHS is anti-clockwise, RHS clockwise. So you can say it's a hogging. So moment at A point is a 45 kilometer, and it has an final sign convention as a hogging moment. Alright, and I don't think so there is any need to find out the moment at any midpoint. Right, but right now it is not required to find out the moment at the intermediate point. So it's a hogging moment, and at the B point moment is 0. So I just want to inform you that if you have the condition like this, then your first job is to do the first of all the shear force diagram. So this is a 3-meter span, this is point A, this is point B. Support reaction that you will get as a 30 kilonewton. So you have to go the 30 kilonewton up, and it's a UDL. Alright, so for the shear force diagram, UDL has a magnitude of 10 into 3, so you have to go 30 down. So you have to draw a slant line, and you have to touch with the point B, and it will become 0, and the entire moment diagram is positive. So it's your shear force diagram. Right, and for the bending moment diagram, it also can be quite simple. So from point A, right, so the magnitude of moment you have already calculated is 45 kilonewton, and it's a hogging, so it's upside. Right, and at point B it's a free end, so free end moment is 0. So you can say it become like a parabola, so it always like this. Alright, and it's a hogging, so it has a minus sign convention. So this span is a 3 meter, this is also 3 meter span, and this is the bending moment diagram of this cantilever beam subjected to UDL of 10 kilonewton per meter throughout the span. Okay, and one another example of the cantilever beam, so we can solve and we can understand it in a totally better way. One cantilever beam is having a span of we can say 6 meter, right, and subjected to UDL, and this UDL having a magnitude of 5 kilonewton per meter, and this beam also having one point load at its mid span, you can consider it, and this has a magnitude of 10 kilometers. So you can say this span is a 3 meter, and 6 meter is a overall span. Alright, so 3 meter from the right hand side, so you can say A point, you can say point B, and here you can give the name as a point C. Fine. So this is basically cantilever beam, and subjected to UDL 5 kilometer, as well as also 10 kN force is applied here. So your first job is to calculate the support reaction, and you have only one support reaction, as only one support is here. So at point A, it's a VA. VA is equal to total load on beam, as I told you for the cantilever beam. Alright, so total vertical downward force is total vertical upward force. Total vertical upward force is only VA. So is equal to total vertical downward force. Total vertical downward force means 10 plus the 5 kN per meter magnitude is acting on a 6 meter span. Alright, so 5 kN into 6. So 5 into 6. So total load is a 10 plus 30. So total is a 40 kilonewton. So support reaction that you will get is a 40 kilonewton at point A. Alright. Now your job is to calculate the moment at A point. So moment at point A due to this application of point load. First of all, point load. So point load is acting at a 3 meter span from here. So you can consider it as a 10 into 3. And in addition, this is a cantilever beam, and it is subjected to total UDL throughout the span of 6 meter. Alright, and this have a magnitude of 5 kilonewton per meter. So if you consider moment due to this UDL, so you have to simplify it, and you can take a total load of 5 into 6, it's a 30, and which one is applicable? It's CG. So CG is located at a mid span. So it's a 3 meter, and it's a 3 meter, and the magnitude is a 30 kilonewton. So it's a simplified format of this cantilever beam subjected to UDL. So the moment due to the UDL at point A is a 30 into 3, correct, from the right hand side. So it's also clockwise, so it's a 30 into 3, so total 90 and 30, so total moment is a 120 kilonewton into meter, and overall moment sign convention is a clockwise, right? So this all moment at point A it's a clockwise, so this is a fixed end, so you can say you can have also reaction moment in a exactly in opposite direction of a anti-clockwise. So that's why this beam will become, you can say, a stable, right? So to achieve this stability, there will be reaction moment with the same magnitude. So you can say you will get a moment reaction at point A, as this is a clockwise, so you will get an anti-clockwise here with a same of 120 kilonewton into meter. So this is a moment reaction at point A, as it's a fixed end. Okay, so here is a clockwise and anti-clockwise. So this is the RHS. You can say it is a RHS, and this one is the LHS. All right. So LHS anti-clockwise, RHS clockwise. So one again you can say it's a hogging. Fine. And one other case, you can calculate the moment at C point. So as I told you earlier, RHS would be easy to calculate moment at C rather than LHS. So you can take a RHS. So for RHS, you can take a UDL, have a magnitude of 5 km per meter, and which one is subject up to the 3 meter, or subject up to the 3 meter span from point C to point B. Correct. So due to this beam, the moment, so 5 into 3, it's a total is a 15 kilonewton. So the moment is a total load is a 15 kilonewton, and which one is subjected to 1.5 at the distance of 1.5. So moment due to this UDL, on point C from the RHS. So it's nothing but a 15 into 1.5. It's a very simple calculation, all right? So 15 into 1.5, you can say it's a 22.5 kilonewton meter. Okay, and from RHS it's clockwise. So from LHS you will get a definitely clockwise, LHS clockwise, RHS clockwise. So total you can say it's a hogging, correct? So once again you have moment at A, moment at C, moment at A hogging, moment at C hogging, both have a magnitude. VA you will also get. So if you want to draw the shear force diagram of this given beam, so what you have to do, if you want to do the shear force diagram of this given beam, so you have to draw this one beam only, all right? On the support A you will have a reaction, and you will have a reaction as a 40 kilonewton. So you can write either 40 kilonewton, and you know this beam is subjected to UDL up to this point C, because at point C tangent and point O is also applicable. So you have to take into the account up to point C. So in shear force the reaction is 40 kilonewton, so you have to go 40 up, and then after 5 kilonewton into 5 kilonewton per meter magnitude, so the UDL have a magnitude of 5 kilonewton per meter, and